the leader of the PACs. That must be Karl Rove, right, with his super PAC? I don't know. Dan Gainor on the line with us. He is the Vice President and T. Boone Pickens Free Market Fellow over at the Business and Media Institute, businessandmedia.org. Dan, welcome back to the program.
It's a pleasure, and at least we had good bumper music. What the heck?
It was brilliant. Shano pulled that out of the pile, a brilliant juxtaposition of events and music. And anyhow, the Senate Democrats, well, let's even go back 2 years ago, after Citizens United, in the Citizens United ruling, I believe it was Justice Kennedy wrote the majority opinion in that case. I'm quite sure it was. And Justice Kennedy wrote that any of the harms that would be caused by additional money, invisible money, flowing into the political system as a consequence of Citizens United could be easily remedied by Congress in a way that would not be unconstitutional, simply by requiring disclosure of all donors. And so the House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi's House passed a bill that said, if you're going to give money to one of these 401c, whatever they are, these nonprofit groups, these 401c3, 501c4s, thank you. 501c3s, I get my 501s mixed up.
Are the regular nonprofits.
Right, yeah. Or to a super PAC or any of these other groups, then you've got to disclose it. That went to the United States Senate, where it got more than 50 votes. There were more than 50 people willing to vote for it. And according to the Constitution, that means it became law, but it didn't become law because Republicans blocked it. I don't understand what your side is so afraid of when it comes to transparency in government.
Well, it's funny. This is one of those that hearing from the left that transparency is good when simultaneously Obama is fighting transparency on Fast and Furious, and the states around the country, the higher education institutions are fighting FOIA requests about climate change documents. It's kind of funny. But that said, to answer your question...
Dan, I really don't think anybody's going to take seriously that if that's your argument.
Well, I'm starting to answer your question. But it is funny because basically the Obama administration is no more transparent than any other administration. It doesn't like transparency.
So why don't we agree that transparency is a good thing and that the Obama administration should be more transparent and that the billionaires who are handing money off to Karl Rove should be outed?
Well, first of all, this issue is about freedom of speech. It's about freedom of the press.
Freedom of speech does not mean the freedom to operate in secret. The Supreme Court was very clear about that in Citizens United. Why do the Republicans want to hold the freedom of secrecy?
Go back to the founders. And frankly, to a lot of people watching or listening right now, this is important because this can be used to out you. Not just your political donations, but if you post on the web. The New Jersey law, which got written up, got some attention right now, specifically says legislation defines electioneering communications as print, broadcast, cable, satellite, or electronic media that basically talks about campaigns that can be received by 5,000 or more persons in the constituency. So if you post on a popular blog or even someplace, Huffington Post, even Democratic Underground, theoretically that might have enough people that you will not be allowed to be anonymous.
If you're being paid.
Scary.
If you're being paid, if there's money involved. If you're a paid shill. Hey, I would love to know. I'll tell you, we have a very popular message board. I think of all the progressive talk show hosts, we've got the most activity on ours when you look at them in Alexa over at thomhartmann.com. And there are people who come in there, and it happens every 4 years. In fact, it happens every 2 years, but it happens big time every 4 years. There are people who come in there and are openly and nakedly promoting candidates, particularly Republican candidates. And then I remember in 2004, there was this one guy who was just like, he was posting 10, 15, 20 posts a day. And then after the election, and he was a decent guy. Everybody got to know him. He was quite transparent about who he was, where he lived. After the election, he joined the Marine Corps and went off to Iraq. He sent us pictures from Iraq. And after the election, he came on our board and he said, thanks so much. I had to join the military because I didn't have a job, but I made so much money posting on your message board because I was being paid for every post that I made. I would love
freedom.
it if somebody who does that for a living has to disclose that. I have no problem with that.
The idea here is to abuse people who don't agree with you. That's the whole premise.
That's not true, Dan. The idea is transparency. You said go back to the founders. You know, in the elections of 1792, the election of 1796, the election of 1800, the election of 1804, the election of 1808. I mean, all of those elections right up until the 1830s, the way that people voted all across the United States is they showed up in a meeting room and they raised their hand. We didn't have secret ballots until the 1820s, 1830s.
Because what happens in a society where particularly we've seen this, the left can't handle the idea of transparency. We saw it with Proposition 8, where people, companies, whole religions were targeted for abuse, harassment, threats of violence, crimes out the wazoo, to the point where the
Dan, I should show you some of the death threats that I get from right-wing sites and right-wingers.
We all get death threats.
It's this is if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know, as Harry Truman said.
The heat here is democracy, though, and so what you're saying is if one side can so thoroughly intimidate the other, and this can cut.
What I'm saying is that when billionaires give money to their candidates, they get that money back. Shelley Adelson said it best: it's an investment. He expects to see a return on his investment when they give money to candidates on your side, because those candidates will reduce the billionaires' taxes. On the other hand,
it's hilarious that you're advocating for this when it's basically funded. The whole operation that you're talking about is ultimately funded by George Soros.
What operation is that?
This whole push for this so-called transparency is being pushed by Common Cause and other groups that are all funded.
Well, then make him disclose too, Dan. Let's have it be bipartisan.
Will not destroy the people who participate in politics like the left.
Okay. Dan Gainor, businessandmedia.org. You can read all about it. Thank you, Dan.